Hey folks, my name is Foggy. This is my year of solo board gaming, and it is day 114, if you can believe it. Sorry to be a little loud there on the mic. We are in the middle of Elder Sign Week. We're doing a bunch of Elder Sign videos. We're not going to be doing Twitch for the rest of them. I'll be doing these as standalone recordings. And we are set up with some minor changes here to the way that the game works. So for the entrance from the first game is now gone. We're now given these 4 cards that represent the entrance area. And basically, instead of adventuring, you can go to one of these spots and you can choose to do something on here. Now, the big thing that you'll notice is that in the souvenir shop, you can no longer spend 10 trophies to get an Elder Sign. That's gone. Now, that was helpful for us last time. It did get us to, I think actually just one. I think just, no, 2. It gave us 2. It gave us 2 Elder Signs that we used to defeat Yogg-Sothoth. We don't have that as this option. We have some new Elder ones. We have some new adventurers. We have some new cards in the deck. We have some new Mythos things. You're going to see me shuffle these, so I'm going to just show you what's in here. So some of the new cards in the Mythos deck have choices on them. And I'll hold this up so you can see. And basically, instead of doing a lingering effect and then something that happens at midnight, you get a choice of 2 items. And those sort of interlock or intermingle with regular ones. So fun things along those lines. There's not that many of them. There's just a few here and there. We'll go ahead and shuffle these. There are some replacement cards. A few cards in the... One card in the adventure deck, Elder Sign, got replaced. And a bunch of cards in the Outer Worlds deck got replaced. Most of them got better rewards, from what I could tell. There were also 3 adventures that were replaced with exact copies of them, and I'm not sure why. I have to think that like the first edition of Elder Sign may have gone out with some incorrect data on those adventures, but for some reason, my version of Elder Sign, it had already corrected those. So I think that's what I think. If I remember right, that was the case. So that's shuffled up. We also have a new feature called Blessed and Cursed. Now, Blessed means that the adventurer gets to roll a white dice in addition to all of the other dice. It is functionally identical to the green dice that come in the game, but just simply acts as an extra dice that you can use to resolve adventures. The Cursed dice is the counterpart, and the Cursed dice is also identical to all the green dice. However, when you include it, you cannot use it to resolve a task. You cannot use it to change anything, and it cannot be changed. Instead, you have to subtract one other dice that matches it. So if I roll this and it comes up a 1, both it and the green dice are removed, are discarded. And then you continue rolling. So basically it acts as a negative, a good way to think about it. You cannot be blessed and cursed at the same time. If you are blessed and you fail an adventure, you lose blessed. If you are cursed and you succeed in an adventure, you lose cursed. If you are blessed and get cursed, you lose blessed but do not get cursed. And if you are cursed and get blessed, you do not get, you lose cursed and you lose blessed. Essentially, they act as counterparts to each other. And if you think about it, it's almost like a plus. The blessed is +1, normal state is 0, and cursed is -1. And things will just simply add 1 or subtract 1 no matter what. Now, if you get cursed twice, if you get cursed and then cursed again, you get devoured, which is bad. And if you get blessed and then blessed again, you get to choose an item. You either get a clue token or you get a spell, unique, or common item. So that is that. We're going to go ahead and set up the adventures here. Give this a quick shuffle. Now what we're going to do is we're going to choose an adventure from the new deck. We're going to choose a new adventure from the Unseen Forces set of adventures, and then we will go to the next adventure that is complementary to it in terms of stamina and sanity. Most adventurers have a stamina and sanity that add up to 10, and what I'd like to do is have them both. If you add them together, you get total stamina of 10, total sanity of 10, just to keep things nice and balanced. Great shuffling job on my part here. You can tell I've not worked with tarot-sized cards before. All right, we got our initial set of cards here. We'll leave a little space here for, I think we're going to put the Elder one over here. Now, cards that are from the new deck will have a small symbol in the lower right, which of course I'm sure you cannot see at all, but this bloody footprints for one includes that little symbol down in the corner. That means that that is from this deck. We have our Other Worlds deck here, which we'll just simply keep shuffled up. And off to the side. And then we're going to choose one of the new elders. So now, as with the other ones, these are all specifically tagged as from the new deck. So it's just literally these 4 that we have to choose from. Go ahead and give this a quick shuffle. And hopefully we don't get anything too difficult. I believe that they do range in terms of difficulty level, but I'm not sure how to tell which one's which. So we get Sathagua. And this is going to be rough because trophy costs at the entrance are doubled. We need 13 Elder Signs, and it's got a Doom track of 11. So normally it would take us 1 trophy to buy a clue token. Now it takes 2. Normally it would take, normally it would take 2 trophies to fully regain either sanity or stamina. Now it's 4, and so on. So yay. And 16 trophies to become blessed. So probably won't be doing that much of that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the new adventures. Again, I've sort of got these separated out. Just making sure I don't have any in there. So we'll go ahead and choose one from here. Get Jim Culver, the musician. Strange luck. Once per turn, Jim may focus or assist even after a roll in which a task is successfully completed. That's actually really cool. Now, Jim has 6 sanity and 4 health. So we will be pulling up somebody who's got 4 sanity and 6 health. These are kind of a pain in the butt to separate. For those of you, it's not on screen, but what I use for this game is an ice cube tray like this, which does a pretty good job of keeping all my components really nice and handily nearby. All right, first 4/6 that we get. Sadly, it's not going to be Marie Lembeau. I actually kind of like Marie Lembeau. Diane Stanley, we get another new character. The Redeemed Cultist. Each time Diana defeats a monster, she gains 1 clue token at the end of the resolution phase. So that's actually pretty cool. That's going to be helpful. So let's get the tokens for these. There's Jim, and there's Diana right on top. Cool. Let's get her sanity. Makes sense that she's only got 4 sanity. She was a cultist at one point. She's got 6 strength. 6 health, I mean. All right. And let's figure this out. Now, I don't think there's any sort of drawing things that we have to worry about. There's an at midnight where we've got don't fall asleep. You'll lose sanity. And I think that's probably going to be where we start. We want to try to keep the midnight stuff down as much as possible. But first, we have to draw a Mythos card to get the game started. Oh, for Christ's sakes. All right, add a Doom token to the Doom track. I just realized I've got this way off screen, so you cannot see that at all. So we'll put this down here so you can see it. All right, so Jim is going to head over to Don't Fall Asleep and does not have any... Oh, I forgot to draw starting items. That would be helpful. He's going to start off with... Let's push this up just a little bit so you can see it. He's going to start off with the Enchanted Blade, which basically is plus the red dice. Shriveling, which will lock a dice. Diana Stanley is going to start off with a spell, Summon Shantak, which essentially locks a dice, and she's going to start off with a clue token. All right. So Jim is going to start us off. Let's see, I've got 1 terror, so I will go ahead and do that. No other terrors, which is a shame because I feel like Jim's ability would be really good for the scenario. But fortunately, we won't need it. We got 2 more. I realize you cannot really see the dice as I'm rolling them, but that is just simply a function of space at this point. But we've got 2 more terror, so he successfully manages to complete Don't Fall Asleep. He'll get a clue token for this. He'll get a spell. He's got a revelation of script, which, not surprisingly, locks the dice. And we get our first Elder Sign. We need 13 total. We'll return these back to the thingy. And he will claim his 2-point card, which is now worth only 1. The Hidden Temple. Now, some new cards have an entry tag on them. Entry basically means that if I were to move somebody there, you would do something to the Doom, like in this case, add 1 Doom token to the Doom track. You don't do it again if you fail and stay there for the next turn, but this can have serious consequences going forward. His turn is over, so we do the clock phase, and the clock phase is going to be advanced that 3 hours. Let's see, it's Diana's turn to do something useful. And I think Diana is... I kind of want to have her focus on Bloody Footprint. Because I feel like this is the easiest one to tackle. Unfortunately, this will cause a monster to appear, but I kind of like her to see a monster before the next one. So we'll have her go here to the Bloody Footprint one. She is only going to have the 5 dice to work with, but she does get a reroll at some point. So we've got a bunch of skulls. We'll go ahead and use those. We could go ahead and use the spell now to trap this scroll, which actually probably is not a bad idea, because as much as this is an early use and sort of early waste of the resources, I think that's for the better. So now I succeed if I roll a scroll or a terror. And I rolled both. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the terror. And then go ahead and roll again. And unfortunately I don't get it, so I will use my clue token to reroll both of these. And unfortunately I fail. And I fail again. Alright, so I'm going to lose 2 sanity, which is not good because I only started with 4. And all adventure cards have an additional heart penalty today, so I lose 1 health, 1 stamina. And I'm still stuck there. So Diana, cultist, tried to do something helpful, unfortunately failed. Jim is going to head over there. We have to do the clock phase first. There we go. Jim is going to head out over there to try to help. Is going to roll these dice. All right, now Jim has gotten one of these, so he'll go ahead and use that. There's nothing else he can really get that's helpful. Unfortunately, doesn't get anything out of that, so he'll use his clue token to reroll everything there. Gets the scroll. Since she's there, she can give this scroll from her spell. That uses up the spell. Still have 3 dice left, and we need to get 2 skulls. And unfortunately, that did not work. Jim is going to have to throw in the Enchanted Blade to get some additional uses out of it. Gets 1 skull, and that's it. So we'll trade that in. And this should go on here, actually. Gets the wild card. Thankfully gets it right at the end. He and Diana both return. He's going to get another Elder Sign to add to this, get 2 clue tokens. However, we do get a monster that appears, and that will appear. Let's draw the monster first. This is going to be 3, 3, and 3. Oof, that's nasty. We'll go ahead and put it here. We probably will ignore this one altogether. But he's going to take, for now, this 2. Reveal a new adventure. Entry, 2 monsters appear. Oh, that is horrible. I think that's going to go forward 1. It also has only one thing on it. I do want to check something real quick. The entry, if two monsters appear, does that necessarily mean that it has to appear on that card? And I don't think that's the case. As with other cases, monsters will appear elsewhere. One monster will appear here, and then the other monster we have to add to the bottom of a card. I think I'm going to send Diana over here because I would kind of like to get another Elder Sign. And we don't have anything left that is... Actually, do I want to do the storage closet? The storage closet looks good because it's going to give me a clue token, it's going to give me an outer world, and it's going to give me a spell. And it doesn't have any requirements, it just has everything in order, which is kind of sucks, but it's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and do this one. All right, so the first thing we had to do is get a 3. We got a 3, fortunately. What's going to be rough on this is getting those 2 scrolls with only 4 dice. Yeah, especially if we do things like that. So we're not going to really have a whole lot to work with here. That 2, we can focus on Diana, but we still have to lose a dice. Actually, we'll focus the scroll on Diana. I think that gives us better chance overall. All right, we got a 3. That's good. So, oh, there's still 1 dice down there. I forgot to roll that too. So I still have 2 dice left. I just have to get 1 scroll off this. And I fail. 1 scroll. I have a 1 in 6 chance of succeeding at this adventure. And I fail. That's going to go away. The failure for this is 1 more sanity. 1 more, 1 heart because of that. And then there's a doom token added to the doom track. A monster appears. A monster will appear in this spot. It's a cultist. Somebody sees what Diana's doing. He shows up. And now we advance to midnight. New monster card. There's no immediate effect today. All task requirements and penalties that cause an investigator to lose sanity or stamina are increased by 1. So anything that requires you to lose 1, any task or penalty. So this is now going to cause me to lose 2 stamina, which will drive Diane insane. So Jim recognizes things aren't going well, tries to figure out where he can help out. Jim will go to the mysterious puzzle box. Get some monsters that appear. We'll go ahead and add 1 to here because I think, ooh, that is become cursed or blessed. I forget which symbol that is. They look very similar. Well, they don't look similar, but they are very confusing. That is cursed, so he would have to become cursed to do that. So we will add that to the bottom of this, I think, because we don't want to do any of those. Get 1 more. And this one will require a -1 loss of so -2 instead of -1, but is also relatively easy to defeat. So my feeling is that let's go ahead and add this to here because I can have Jim absorb that. So Jim is going to go ahead and roll. Now Jim's got some really good mitigation for dice. It's really kind of a fundamental part of this game. He rolls. What I'm going to have him do is I'm going to have him do this first. And then once per turn he may focus or assist even after a roll in which the task is successfully completed. So he's going to focus this and still have all of these left to roll with. So he has to just get 1 scroll off 4 dice. And doesn't do it off 4. So we'll do it again with 3. Gets it on 3. He'll lose 2 sanity this time around. Those go away. He does get to defeat the monster, the Dark Young. I had thought it was an old gnarled tree at first until it reached for me. And then he'll also get this mysterious puzzle box. He gets another Elder Sign. And a monster does appear. So Now, I'm not sure about monsters appearing in cards if you have to balance them out. That's one of the things I probably should have checked. Because I'm not sure if I can actually allow that there. If I can, I'll just simply move it to the hidden temple. Okay, yeah, you have to distribute them as evenly as possible. Sorry for forgetting that. I will move that down to here, actually. All right, we're going to get another monster, which will either go here or here. I think I'm going to put this one here so that I can focus on this one next. But Jim has completed his adventure. We open up the mysterious tomb, advance the clock 3 hours. Diana's still in a bad situation. She's now got a cultist to deal with, but she's going to try her best to defeat this monster. She has to roll the dice, try to do as best she can. So she gets a scroll to knock that out. She's defeated the cultist, so no matter what, she will have successfully defeated a monster. However, if she fails this adventure, she's going to get devoured anyway. 3. So now, I really wish she could complete both at once, because she had all the scrolls there. And unfortunately doesn't get any scrolls off that. Yeah, I think we're about to lose Diana here. She got that, but it's not enough to do it. So she's going to... We're going to add a Doom token to the track. We get another monster that appears. This time it's going to have to appear on Mysterious Tomb or Hidden Temple, just to keep everything balanced. We'll add this one to Mysterious Tomb, because that's not too bad. However, she has to suffer 2 sanity, a loss of 2 sanity. Even though she manages to defeat this and it goes back in here, she loses completely. She is sucked up into the ether. She is devoured. So the Doom track gets another one. We will add another monster. We've now got 5 monsters out. Like, this is ridiculous. This monster, however, will go onto the storage closet, because there is a monster space there. And now, to replace Diana, Diana the cultist succumbs to insanity. We will now mix these up, and we'll go with a new adventurer. This time we won't balance. We'll just simply take whoever's help we can get. Kate Winthrop, science. Monsters cannot appear during Kate's turn. In addition, she is immune to all science effects. On terror effects, I mean. That is a healthy thing to have. Where were you about an hour ago? And this should be here. All right, she also starts with 1 spell, as all scientists do. She may now bless somebody. And King in Yellow. She will go ahead and discard this immediately. She is now blessed. She may now use the white dice. All right, so Katie is coming in. We need her to be here, and Diana is going to go back to up there, having been devoured by South Chagua. All right, let's do this. Jim is going to get to go next. He is looking around. He is seeing all the monsters. He's like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. This is insane. I think his best bet is the Mysterious Tomb. What is the benefit for this? I think actually we're going to go ahead and have him do the storage closet, because I think that's probably a better place for him. He doesn't have any extra dice to work with, but he can re-roll, and he can focus dice in a way that the others can't. So he is going to set this aside. He's going to focus that. Actually, let's just set this aside for now. We're going to set this aside, this, and then we'll use a clue token to re-roll. Yeah, there we go. So he's got the second skull, so he'll go ahead and put these aside. He'll then focus on the scroll. And he could... Actually, he'll go ahead and... Yeah, he'll do the scroll. He's now going to re-roll these to try to see if he can defeat So he's going to get these. Actually, he's going to re-roll the entire thing. That was just kind of bad. All right, he's going to set this aside. He's kind of screwed, isn't he? He can put that aside, and he's got this to work with. Gets a 2. Fails to do it. Oh my lord, this is killing me here. So we're going to another Doom token. We're going to end up actually losing this round. He's going to lose 2 sanity. He's still stuck there. He does have a scroll set aside. He did defeat the monster, though, so that's a plus. So he does get the 1 point for that. We advance the clock 3 hours. Kate is like horrified. She's like, what the hell is going on here? Let me come over here. So she's going to try to knock everything out here. Now he's got a scroll to work with. All right, so she comes in. She's like, we got to just science this out. Let's science this out. He's going to provide an assist. He's going to grab this scroll to assist. She is going to go ahead and complete this task. She'll then re-roll all 3 of these. She gets a 3. He then says, I've got the scrolls. I've managed to come up with the scrolls before. Shriveling goes to the bottom of the spell deck. She's going to gain a clue token. She's going to open up an outer world adventure. And she's also going to get a unique item. This was a harsh one today. I got to say, like, this was really harsh. She returns back here. He returns back here. She gets 2, this 2 here. We draw a new adventure. And it's now midnight. We have no at midnight effects, I don't believe, so we're good there. We draw a new Mythos card. The new Mythos card, add 1 Doom token to the Doom track and a monster appears, but there's no lingering effect. That having been said, a Doom token, we're up to 6 out of 11. And now technically it's, this is a question. Good question. Is it still her turn? It's part of the clock phase, and the clock phase is when we advance the Mythos. So I think, because the Mythos is part of the clock phase and this is still technically her turn, nope, I take that back. It's now part of Jim's turn. The monster still appears. That's a bummer. That means that this is going to appear here, which does lower the investigation need for that. That is still going to be rough to try to do. Nonetheless, Jim is going to try to do it because he wants to get those. He wants to get those elder signs. However, if he loses this, he goes insane, and at that point, the game's getting pretty close to being over. All right. So first up, we've got the. Oh wow, that's awesome. We've got the 3 things. Plus, he can focus that even though he was successful once per turn. So he will go ahead and do that. He still has to lose 1 sanity and 1 health. He is definitely hurting into. He's seen things. He's seen things that he can't even express through his music. But he is successful here. He defeats the monster. The flying polyp. Foolishly, I looked up to see if the source of the noise. And he also gets 2 elder signs. So we're up to 5 out of 13. He gets a clue token and gets a spell. And now he's got a card that allows him to defeat a monster, and that's huge. Comes back here. Clock advances 3. Kate's like, what is going on here? I just do not understand what any of this is. Here, let me see if I can help out. So she's going to go, and she is going to go do the sudden attack. She's like, I don't know what's going on here. She has to get a skull, and a 3. However, she does have to worry about, she's not affected by terror attacks. So she's immune to that. But she doesn't matter because she's got a skull and a 3. And she gets to reroll the remaining dice. And she's got a skull. She comes in and sciences her way out of this one. She is going to get a unique item. She is going to get to draw a common item, and she gets another Elder Sign. Suddenly we're up to 6, and suddenly we're back in this game. We're going to draw that and advance the clock by 3. Jim's like, yeah, so what, so what? This is probably a good one to try, except he's so low on health. I kind of want to have him defeat a monster. Like, I feel like that's a better place for him. I have to wonder if the Mysterious Tomb is maybe better. Lingering Curse is also not that horrible. And Key to the Beyond is, yeah, that's kind of a toss-up, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have him tackle the Mysterious Tomb. We're going to roll some dice. All right, so what can we knock out here first? So we're going to set this aside. You're going to have him focus that. I'm going to have him go ahead and complete the monster task. Actually, no, we're going to set this aside for now. We're going to re-roll all these. There we go. So we use that to re-roll. He does manage to complete this task. And we don't have another scroll, so we're going to go ahead and roll. There's the scroll. He's going to go ahead and re-roll again just to see if he can defeat the monster naturally. Nope. Gets the monster naturally. Okay. So that's good because that way that bind monster is, we're able to hold on to that for another turn. Gold, there's no special requirements on this. We're going to pull this off. He's going to get a clue token. He is going to get a spell. And more importantly, he's going to open up another world. Greater Banishment gets rid of 3 monsters that are out. That is insanely good. It's now 9 o'clock. Kate's like, what is going on here? I still don't understand what's going on here, but hey, oh my God, there's that portal that just opened up over there. I better go see what I can do over there. Do about that. So she is going to... Let's see, do I want her to roll? We're going to make sure that we actually include the white dice because I think I forgot that last time. All right, so we've got a 3. We've also got everything that we need for that bottom one, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And then re-roll, and we got the 3, so we knocked that out. She's like, I don't get it. I don't see what I don't. Where are these things coming from? What exactly is this? What a crazy adventure am I on? She's now going to get 3 more unique weapons. She is unique weaponed up. She's got a silver key, a sword of glory, and obsidian statue, all of which pretty much do the same thing. They're going to add dice. We're going to have her start doing that like crazy now. It advances to midnight. We draw another card. A monster appears. The next time the clock strikes midnight, all investigators lose 2 sanity. That is trouble. That is trouble for Jim. Jim's going to have to get some sanity. Monster appears. We will put this monster at the bottom of this one. Jim understands what's going on. He's got to get some help. He needs to go talk to a doctor. He's got 10. He's got a lot. He's got 17 cards to work with. So he will go ahead and use 8. He'll make that just the adventure so we don't have to put the monsters back. And that will allow him to fully regain his stamina and his sanity. So he's back to 6 and 4. He's feeling good. He needed that. So he went to the first aid station, got him some of the help that he needs. And then we'll worry about Greater Banishment, I think, on the next turn. Now, she doesn't have as much in terms of trophies, but she's got, like, this is insane. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 1 that gives her yellow and red. Like, and then we've got that and that. So she's got some stuff that she can do. She's going to go ahead and head to the rite of passage. She's like, I need to undergo this change to know what's happening out there so that I can help us resolve this. So she's going to re-roll all her dice. She has to get a skull. She got a skull. Unfortunately, that messes with her head, so she also loses 1 sanity. Now she needs a scroll, as opposed to a skull. She needs to find some magic, which will in turn tear away at her heart. Unfortunately, she doesn't manage to roll one, so we're going to use a clue token. She finds the magic, loses a little bit of her health along the way. She's going to roll again, and she does it. She finally finds the mystery. She overlooks the terror, and she discovers the secret inside, namely a common weapon, dynamite in this case, a spell, markings of Isis. Guess what it does? Clue token. That's not a clue token, that's health. And an elder sign. We're now up to 8 elder signs. We need 5 more to finish off this monster. She comes back over here. I forgot to advance the clock for Jim, and now I'll advance the clock for her. All right, Jim's like, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling okay. I think I can go out, and I think I can do this. I'm going to go. Could do the key beyond. Could do this balancing mind and body. Could do lingering curse, which would be good for gaining some items. Something is broken free might be good because I think I can get rid of most of this, but it won't really help that much. The reward is monster, clue, spell, and unique item. Under construction is not bad. It's not great. I mean, it's not much in terms of a test, but it does have a terror effect on it, and you only really get 1 common item and a clue. So I think my best, and if I go here, I'm going to add a doom token to the track. So probably should have been paying attention to that earlier on, because that is actually pretty huge. I don't want to add another doom token if I can avoid it. So we will go ahead and go here to the key beyond so we can get that open. Now before rolling, discard to discard up to 3 monsters in play, returning them to the monster cup. However, we also have after rolling, discard to defeat 1 monster. So we'll use this to defeat this, no matter what. We're not taking on cursed in addition to everything else. But the first thing that we have to do is roll a 3. So he's got a 3. He's also going to go ahead and set aside the skull. And he's also going to go ahead, he really wants to make sure he succeeds. He's going to set aside the 2 on Revelation of Script. So now he just needs to get a scroll to complete this last one. But at least he's got all the dice to do it. However, he fails to do it, but he does have a clue token. He'll use that. There's the scroll. So he's got the scroll. He can unfocus the skull, which should have been put up here. Sorry about that. He will go ahead and use up the spell Revelation of Script. And then he will also use after rolling discard to defeat 1 monster. The monster's defeated. He's going to get this, which is going to give him 2 clue tokens and another otherworld adventure. Advances the clock to 9, and we draw a new card. All right, so she could go here, deal with this Fickle Fate thing, because that's actually pretty awesome. She's not going to have a monster appear on her turn, and she's already blessed, so she simply gets another item. But I think instead I want her to focus on getting that. I want her to focus on getting the Abyss. So she's going to head off to the Abyss. She is going to go ahead and use her Sword of Glory so that she can really make sure that she completes this one. This is a unique item, so it's going to go down there. So she has got pretty much every dice at her disposal. All right, so first things first, we're going to focus on... All right, I'd love to be able to focus on that second one. but I don't have 2 skulls. So instead I'm going to focus on the first one. I'm going to use this and this to knock out that first one. So now I need 2 scrolls, and it doesn't matter what else, because I have a spell that will change them into a skull. Do I need it? I need it, because somehow I managed to roll 4 scrolls, despite all odds. She, however, takes her shotgun. She's like, I've had enough of this. I've had enough of this weirdness and this magic and these weird tentacle things. I had spaghetti for breakfast. I don't want to have it again. And we'll change that to a skull. There we go. Went a little all out, but we get 2 more of these. We're up to 10. 3 more to go. She also gets another spell she does not need, and another. Before rolling, discard to fully restore your stamina and sanity. That's pretty nice. So I'll go to the side. She comes back here. She's got another otherworldly trophy to take. However, the clock advances. Investigators all lose 2 sanity. This is starting to be too much for our brave adventurers. They're starting to crack under the pressure of the threat of Sathagwa. I don't know. All right, so Jim's turn. Now he's got a fair amount here. He's got 3 for adventurers, but then for monsters he's got another 8. So that gives him 11 total. And the question is whether or not it's worth it to use that to get an ally or a spell or something. Currently, right now, there's no adventurers out that will generate an elder sign, and there's nothing out that will generate another world other than this hidden temple. And I really don't want to use that hidden temple to generate a doom token, because that will cause a monster to appear. So, what do? I think what I do is this. I go to balancing mind and body. I'm going to go to balancing mind and body. I'm going to try to see if I can get this. I am going to use this greater banishment to finally get rid of all the monsters that are out. These are all going to go back to the cup. Actually, it would be good to go with this one, I think. Do I get more out of it? I get a little bit more out of it, and the monster I'm not too worried about. No, we made a decision to come here. Doesn't really have anything to work with in terms of dice, unfortunately. But he does have a scroll and a skull, and he can focus because he has that ability. He can focus the skull. So now he will reroll all these. And he gets the scroll. So that's good. He gets a common item. Got the cult robes, which will give him the yellow dice. He got... Voice of Ra. After rolling, discard, change 1 die to the result of your choice. That's pretty cool. And he'll come back here. He'll get this. I forgot to draw a Mythos card. A monster appears. And we're going to lose 2 stamina the next time that the clock strikes midnight. Midnight monster is going to appear here on Fickle Fates. And lock a green dice. So this really would have changed the game. Presumably, I would have gotten rid of this one and kept one of the other ones. That was a fuck up on my part. Sorry, pardon my language. All right. So having messed that up, it's now 3 o'clock. Kate sees what's going on. She sees another opportunity for an elder sign. She knows she's got this worked out like clockwork. But she also knows that she's dealing with a little weakness here and there. She is going to make sure that she's got the red dice at her disposal. Since she's got so many of these, like she's got like 5 dice that give her the red. So she's got 7 dice that she's working with. She needs to get a 3 to start this whole thing off. Does she get the 3? She's got the 3. Good. Now she needs to get a 9. Now she's also not affected by terror, so she doesn't have to worry about that. What do we get? We got a 3. She can focus the 3. She is going to lose one other dice, though. She's got a 3 and a 2. She's going to use 2 spells to hold these down. Actually, no, she can use... First, she'll go ahead and use the clue token. That's probably a better thing to do. Let's set this aside for a moment. Let's set this aside for a moment. There we go. 3, 2, and 1. She uses that. She does it. She does some research and helps find the 11th of 13 elder signs. Maybe it's like that movie 13 Ghosts, and she's just found whatever the 13th ghost was called. She found some holy water, and she found a gun. So she's got a gun. She's going to get rid of these. She's going to come back here. She's going to take this as a trophy. She's immediately going to discard this holy water so that Jim, I'm sorry I used it just on me before. You're blessed now too. And Jim thinks there's so much love in the world right now. We replace this, blood on the floor. James sees it and he knows exactly what he's got to do. He's going to come to blood on the floor. He's now got... he's only got 6 dice to work with. He's going to add the cult robes, because now's the time to hold on to things. Let's see. One of these has to be good. There we go. 3. Plus, he's going to secure a dice. He's going to secure this this one. Yep, that's good. He now needs to get 3. He's got 3. He can re-roll the rest of these. And he's got a card that allows him to change the dice if he needs to, but he doesn't need to. He gets the skull. He completes the adventure, getting himself a clue token, a gun, actually a knife in this case, and he finds the 12th elder sign. One more elder sign to go. I thought we were going to lose this horribly. Instead, we are bouncing back. All right. We're going to move this to 9 o'clock. Everybody's going to lose 2 stamina, but she's going to hold off on using her roll before rolling discard to fully restore your stamina and sanity until the next turn. I think what she wants to do is fight this monster, but that monster is going to be harsh. Hey there, folks. So let's go ahead and resume this. Kate is currently looking at to see how she can help. She does not want to go here. If she does this, she will die. If she goes there, she'll get... I don't know if that's really worth it. That's not good. So I think it's just a matter of clearing things out. The easiest way to clear things out is to look for... I think she's going to go to Lingering Curse, just to clear that out. She also doesn't have to worry about the stamina and sanity, the terror thing. She's going to go ahead and use Dynamite and the 38 Revolver to go ahead and get a full complement of dice. Because she's already blessed. She's now got both special dice. Alright, so can we do the scroll? We cannot, but we can do the 3. And we can roll the rest. And she does it. 2 scrolls and a skull. Coming soon on ABC. She gets this. She's going to get 2 more unique items. Dragon's Eye. Before moving, discard to discard 1 adventure card along with all monsters on it, replacing it with a new adventure card. This card cannot affect otherworld cards. Discard to draw 1 otherworld card and place it below the 6 adventure cards. Holy cow, both of those are really helpful. We're going to wait on both of those because we don't necessarily want to have a card that causes us to have to worry about at midnight skills. And there's the card we need. Anyway. So, it gets to be midnight. Both of them lose 2 stamina. She is not feeling well at all. We draw a new Mythos card. Add 1 Doom token to the Doom track, and investigators cannot use spells or unique items today. Holy cow. That is horrible. That's just flat out horrible. That's like defeat at the clutch of it. Like, that's just, oh, that is messing us up. All right, we're going to draw 2 monsters, or 1 monster, because of the Doom track. And it's where we lock the red dice. Thanks to the Warlock. Thanks, man. Okay, so fortunately, he does not restrict common items, so he is going to use the common item to get the knife out. And he's going to go deal with the Wicked Old Man. He's blessed, so he's going to have that. Oh, and before she... Yeah, I probably should have done that earlier. Looking to win the game here. So that would be good for the top row. We will go ahead and have him focus on this. And now he gets to reroll. And he does it. He's got the 1. Could go with more than that. He could get a 2 or a 3. It doesn't have to be a 1. Got the terror. Doesn't have to worry about the terror effect kicking in because he did not fail his roll. He succeeded. I'm not going to worry about the clue tokens. He manages to get that last Elder Sign, and together, Jim Culver and Kate Winthrop, with the sacrifice of Diane Stanley, managed to defeat Sathagwa, whatever that means. It looks like a lizard. Looks like a penis. It looks very disgusting. Anyway, that is Elder Sign, Unseen Forces. We've completed day 114, and we'll be back tomorrow with a little bit more Elder Signs. This time we'll be doing Gates of Arkham. Thank you all so much, and see you later.